Hello, hello. Michelle here with the Magic Is You podcast. In this episode, I wanted to share a very powerful reframe that will completely change your life. And it is the concept of minimum effective dose. I heard about this probably somewhere in general. It's not a new concept, but it was glued into my mind by listening to a health and fitness podcast on YouTube called Mind Pump. And this podcast is three guys who've been personal trainers for years, sitting around a table and sharing their knowledge on health and fitness, building muscle. And I've listened to them for years. And the reason is because their advice is very sustainable. They're very real about what it looks like to be someone who stays in shape, not just gets in shape. And their advice has always been very grounded and solid. And one of the things they talk about is minimum effective dose. So one of the ways they explain this is most people think that to get a good workout in, they have to hammer themselves in the gym. They have to really push themselves, no pain, no gain, destroy their body and come out feeling sore and sweaty. And then that is what makes them feel like they got a good workout. And they talk about how that actually does not work if you want to build muscle. The best way to build muscle is to go in, send the signal to your body, hey, we want to grow our muscle, and then get out. So what that looks like is lift just enough to make your body realize, oh, the next time that we come here, we want our muscles to be bigger so that we can lift this weight better the next time. And that is the minimum effective dose. If you go too far beyond that, you're just constantly breaking your body down. It doesn't have a chance to recover. It doesn't have a chance to adapt. It doesn't have the chance to grow muscle. And so one of the things they talk about is how when you leave the gym, you actually want to feel better than you felt going into the gym. And so that advice has helped me basically lift weights and keep lifting weights for the past, 4 or 5 years, because that was my approach. It's go in, send the signal, minimum effective dose, feel better after the workout than I felt going in. And that is something you can apply to every area of your life, no matter what you're doing. And also the thing to remember is you won't always feel like doing the thing. I don't always feel like going to the gym or picking up the weights, but because mentally I understand that I'm just going after the minimum effective dose. I'm not trying to sacrifice myself, kill myself, destroy my well-being to get something done. I'm just going in, putting in the minimum effective dose and getting out. Now everything becomes much more doable. And also remembering, even if I don't feel like doing it, I will feel better after getting it done. And that is preferable to not doing it and feeling crappy. So even just that little piece of knowledge helps you, is another thing working for you. It's number one, I'm only going after the minimum effective dose. Number two, I'm going to feel better on the other side. Versus if you were, like, to take the gym example of going into the gym and beating yourself up and coming out feeling like you killed yourself and the next day you're destroyed and burnt out. Well, you can see how that applies to anything. You can see how that can apply to business. Maybe you have a project where instead of doing the minimum effective dose on that project every day, instead you just go after it and you throw everything at it, and you're sitting at your desk for hours on end, and you're not taking any breaks, and you're not eating lunch, and then you're burnt out. And that doesn't have to be how you go about it. You can just define, what is the minimum effective dose of me working on this project each day? What is the minimum effective dose of me moving my body and growing muscle each day? And that takes time to sit down and define it, because part of this is rewiring your brain to realize that you can get amazing results without pushing yourself into the ground, without treating yourself like a workhorse. Like, so much of our conditioning trained us to believe in the illusion of no pain, no gain. And there is a difference between something being challenging because you're stretching outside of your comfort zone, and something being self-abuse because you have not learned how to approach your life from a self-loving way, and all you know is self-sacrifice and shame and guilt tripping yourself into doing things, versus can you do what you need to do from a place of sustainability and self-love? Can you go to the gym because you love yourself? Can you create this thing in your business as someone who loves themselves? And when you approach the thing from that place of, how would I approach this if I really loved myself? Then what you're looking at is defining the minimum effective dose, which, as it turns out, is the best way to do anything. It's not like you're just settling for the most puny way to do something. You are actually choosing the best way to do the thing. The minimum effective dose is the best way to build muscle. The minimum effective dose is the best way to get things done in your business. And it's something that I have to constantly remind myself that, oh, Michelle, you're just doing the minimum effective dose. So for instance, I wanted to do a YouTube video today, and I did not feel like it. I was like, I don't want to do this video. And so I had to remind myself, Michelle, you're just doing the minimum effective dose. You're literally just sitting down, turning on Loom to record your screen, talking for 5 minutes, and then publishing it to YouTube with a graphic you made in Canva. And I already have my workflows laid out in Notion for the minimum effective dose of getting anything done. So when I sit down to do the video, I open up that workflow, and everything I need to get a 5-minute video done in 5 minutes is right there. It's not a workflow for how to make the best video ever with all the edits, and it takes you 30 hours. So part of this is, yes, you do need to work on the mindset of, okay, can I stop beating myself up on this journey that I'm on toward whatever your intention is for your life or your business or your health? And can I instead completely come at this from a completely different energy of just putting one foot in front of the other, instead of trying to climb up the whole mountain in a single day, because that is not what creates results. It only creates burnout and having to start over again and again and again. And then on the other side of that, it's, okay, can we create the systems that support us in being able to sit down, click on a button, and then out pops a workflow for how to get the thing done in a few minutes versus 30 hours. And so this minimum effective dose teaching has been something that I've applied everywhere. It is so essential if you want to approach your life and your business from a place of honoring your well-being, from a place of self-love, and from a place of creating systems that actually serve you. Because if you were to create a workflow from a place of, I am not good enough, I have to do 100 different things in order to prove my value, I have to kill myself and suffer in order for this to be, in order for this to have value in the first place. Like, that is a script a lot of people have, which is, if I work really, really, really hard on this, then it will be valuable. And that, if you have that in you, that you're going to literally create that reality, but it's a lie. It never is more valuable just because you worked harder on it. And so it's a rewiring to realize, oh my gosh, something can actually be really easy for me and get amazing results. Like, I can just go to the gym, do a 20-minute workout and get amazing results. And side note, the fitness guys, they actually teach people how to get amazing results doing 15-minute workouts. So all of this idea that we have had, which is work really hard, really long, be the first to come and the last to leave, is bogus. We need to start optimizing for doing as little as possible. In fact, there's someone I follow on YouTube who see jokes when people ask her, so what do you do? And her answer is, I do as little as possible. And that really inspired me, because I'm like, yeah, that needs to be the new paradigm. We're all here trying to do the most. And I think that if we're smart, we need to be figuring out how to do as little as possible. What is the most minimal exercise routine that you can possibly do to get the result you want? What is the most minimal type of YouTube video that you can do to get the result you want? What is the most minimal type of fill in the blank that you can do to get the result you want? And if you do that, you will not only create something that is honoring your well-being, but you'll actually be able to keep doing it no matter how you feel in the moment. Because I didn't feel like doing the video, but because I knew, oh, it's just a 5-minute thing and I'll feel better for having done it, that made me do the video. The same way when I'm looking at, oh, it's time to do my workout, and no matter how I feel, I can still intellectually process the fact that, oh, it's just a 15-minute thing and I'll feel better for having done it. That's the magic of minimum effective dose.